Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you very much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a look here at Matic. Got a lot of requests for this. I can see why we kind of broke through that specific resistance level there at about $1.31. So we'll just go ahead and take a look at that and much more. Maybe draw some new Fibonacci retracement levels, and I can kind of explain what the best practice is there too, because honestly, it's not exact science, but for the most part, larger time frames is going to give you better results, more specific resistance and support levels, whereas shorter time frames will effectively give you more, recent and quicker moving averages, if you will. Okay, so we'll talk about that and much more. Keep in mind, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love teaching people to trade. Been teaching and trading for over 17 years, and I actually have an awesome community here. If you want to consider joining, cryptocash.tech is a website. You can actually join our, become a member and essentially learn a lot from my trading university, my Discord. I just love teaching people how to trade, but I can tell you what, there's some amazing traders here. I just want to highlight this really quick here. Take a look at this guy. Look at K71, some long from Sand, AVAX, and Zilliqa. 172%. A lot of awesome trades there. 20x. I usually only recommend no more than 20x on your trades. And of course, I send out signals with similar results as well. But just to take a quick look, look at some of these amazing things here. SAC with a 694% trade from Floki. I know he's been holding up for a little while, but still, great job holding on there. Holding on for dear life, I hope not. Also, too, with our signals, keep this in mind, we took some healthy profits here recently. In 5 days and 20 hours, took 201% from Bitcoin. We bought that sweet dip here recently. And same thing as well from BNB, 157% from BNB, all targets achieved. So super happy and super stoked to be able to see those kind of results here for my community. So congrats and thank you again for just trusting the system. And the system's really awesome. Everything's fully automated through Bybit and our Cornix exchange. So anyone that has a Bybit account with me, congrats again for being able to automatically trade or follow those. We also have an awesome thing right now with BitGet with a $4,000 prize pool monthly. So a lot of these exchanges that I'm partnered with are specifically for my community. Same thing as well from XC Global. They offer trading in the United States without a VPN. Okay, it's very uncommon for you to not have a VPN requirement in the United States or just in other countries that require that. It's really nice. So to keep that in mind, there's a link down below for them as well as ExpressVPN if you do want a good VPN to help you out. 3 months free with a 12-month plan. All right, so let's talk about Matic. It's obviously peaking right now, and we'll talk about how much further it could go. Based on previous Fibonacci retracement levels, again, these are larger time frames, right? So back from November of last year, we're looking at basically about a 3-month Fibonacci levels here, right? We can see that this resistance level here was retested 2 or 3 times before it broke to the upside here. So again, Bitcoin having a nice strong 3 days gives us a nice strong 3 days from Matic. Similar scenario there as well, allowing the price action to continue higher. But we broke that resistance level, should be a new support at 131. Okay, so that's essentially what we're looking at there for the overall sense of things. Now that we've established that, let's go ahead and actually draw just a nice little support level here and go ahead and remove these Fibonacci retracement levels and create some new ones. We're going to go with the most recent high to the most recent low, kind of see where we're at here. So as we can kind of see, pretty obvious, there is a resistance level there at about $1.41. So hypothetically, the price might reject off that level. I say hypothetically because there's no guarantees on it, of course. We are testing 70 on the RSI. There's a strong resistance at that level. So there is a good chance that this 1.414 Fibonacci retracement level at $1.45 is essentially a strong resistance. We've also got a MACD convergence here as well, telling us that we have continuation to the upside as a high probability. Keep this in mind. There are 3 strong green days here, telling us we have 72 hours continuation to the upside. That is 3 white soldiers, commonly followed by a 4th red day. So please recognize that. Bitcoin is roughly the same, where I'm expecting a little bit of a correction from Bitcoin here soon. It may not be major, but it will be a correction nonetheless. It'd be unusual for it to continue much further. Based on TD sequential on the 4-hour here, we can see Matic is overextended to a 9 right now. Bitcoin's at basically a 7. So we have maybe another 8 hours of continuation to the upside for Bitcoin, which could reflect here on Matic as well. But based on these candlesticks here, it does look like it wants to continue further up. Okay, so Matic is doing very well now that it's breached its previous resistance level. See this here? Resistance, 3 or 4 4-hour candles in a row, right? And then comes over here, tested as a resistance level, breaks through, comes down, and support is established, the price moves up from there. So really just standard great trading here. In other words, these are normal trading techniques that are easy to follow. Oftentimes when you break through resistance like this, you can buy the dip and the price goes up. It's a very common characteristic. All right, so we were overextended on the 4-hour, no surprise there. Bitcoin has the same thing. We're extremely overextended on volume as well, so we should expect the price to pull back soon. All in all, the 4-hour though, it looks to me like it's It's going to pull back in the relative near future, but I wouldn't say it's going to drop hard, because even though we have all this momentum, the 4-hour and the daily are telling us both we have good bullish continuation potential, but once again, a pullback in the immediate future would make a lot of sense. But here's that nice consolidation area there where the price action is stuck between 135 and 140. All right, so that being said, let's see what the cloud tells us here. All green lights here to leave your position open. So generally speaking, this is a conservative indicator telling us if you want to, do you continue holding your position open? Do you take it out? It's a conservative indicator. Right now, it's conservatively telling us to leave our long position open because we have enough momentum where the price is going to probably continue further upwards or sideways. So hypothetically, the price pulls back, just say it comes in here, we'll have that upper and lower lead on the cloud to hold us in place, and the price should continue upwards. Okay. So if I want to buy a dip on Matic, I would buy it roughly in the range of about 135, 136. So I'm just going to add an alert here for later to kind of see, reevaluate if the price comes back down to that level, consider a long position from there. Furthermore, on TD sequential on the hourly, we can see that we hit a couple of 9s here in a row. Once again, very similar to Bitcoin. It has a very similar pattern, but once we broke through that resistance level, a little bit of an extra short squeeze came through and the price is going higher. So this is all normal, relative, very standard trading stuff that we're seeing here. A lot of patterns, a lot of normalcy. But you got to keep in mind that we are at a point right now where the price action should and could pull back soon, just based on overextending itself within the last 72 hours. Okay, so by the end of today's trading day, traditional market hours, just say 5 p.m. Pacific, you can expect the price to probably pull back. That would make a lot of sense. Okay, so again, that's kind of where we're at here. All in all, pretty good stuff here for Matic. I don't see anything that I'm upset with here. I would say further upside is likely, but an immediate pullback would make more sense. Again, it could be something like this, because if you look here, this is another 3 white soldiers pattern. 3 strong days, 72 hours. The 4th day is a red day. Okay, so it could very well look like this. Keep in mind, we may not see a massive drop. I don't think we're going to see anything significant, but if it does come back down to 136, that would seem like a decent place to potentially get in, right? And I say potentially because we got to reevaluate and consider everything once we're there again, okay? Don't just set alerts like this and blindly get in. Set an alert, reevaluate, and then get in if it seems favorable, okay? Because there's a good chance we hit 136, it might continue lower. We don't know that. But there's also a relatively decent chance the price action will stay there and continue higher. That's just what I'm seeing here in the charts. Again, it's all statistical probabilities, folks. Right now, statistically, Matic looks like it's definitely wanting to continue higher. I hope that this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, concerns, obviously go ahead and reach out. One last thing just to note too, some of these upper Fibonacci retracement levels at 149 and 157 are potential next targets. So if you're going to have a profit target, make sure you set it just below 148, maybe put it at 148 even or 147, then of course furthermore up here at 156. That's how I draw out my my profit targets. I get the question a lot like, hey, how do you do that? A lot of it's based on Fibonacci retracement levels and strong support and resistance ranges. And usually this 1.618 level at 150 will hold pretty strong. So if we do continue higher, we can expect some resistance there at 150 or lower. Okay. All right. Hopefully that's helpful. Thanks again for joining me here. Look forward to work with you. CryptoCash.tech is where you can register. We got a free trial right now too as well on our signals if you want to consider looking at that as well. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you soon. Take care.